All of this was discovered by Zhang Zan. His fiancée was originally from a small village, a Tianzhou. But one day, her dantian was broken, and she became the subject of ridicule from people around the world. However, Zhang Zan possesses a mysterious ring. Anyone who has read the novel knows about this special protagonist template. Let's not talk about a barren goddess. Even if the powerful Era heavenly god sect behind her were to come, they would all be wiped out. Therefore, Zhang Zan suddenly looked at Zhu Lao and declared that since the marriage contract had been made, he, Zhang Zan, is not the kind of person who gives up easily. Even if Yanggong Mingyu's cultivation potential is completely wasted, she is still his fiancée. He hopes to convey this message to the clan. Zhang Zan's determination was difficult to resist. He refused to withdraw from the marriage. Zhu Lao thought he had misheard. He considered this a waste of resources, even if Zhang Zan possesses peerless beauty. Zhang Zan couldn't accept this, and after the divorce, he could marry the Era heavenly goddess. The future family would not only obtain the supreme status, but they would also possess the immortal Shakia spirit, surpassing all other beings. Even the resources of the two major forces could be at their disposal. How could Zhang Zan let emotions affect his cultivation path? Zhu Lao angrily shouted, questioning Zhang Zan's actions. He looked at Zhang Zan with a serious expression, but Zhang Zan shook his head calmly and apologized. He firmly refused to withdraw from the marriage, as he desired to gain the protagonist's luck and become an air carrier, favored by the ancestors. Within 10 days, his bloodline purity would improve to 90%, making him the strongest bloodline in the contemporary Zhang family. Zhang Zan was stunned. He finally activated his Goldfinger and followed the rebel fairy, going against the heavens. How could they all follow the predetermined path? Every time he breaks the rules, he receives a reward. Looking at the system, Zhang Zan pondered. No wonder these past 18 years have been filled with disasters. The rewards kept coming. The blood in Zhang Zan's veins roared. Zan Ji looked at Zhu Lao, slightly surprised. The matter would be mentioned again. He proclaimed that he would protect Nanggong Mingyue for life, despite her being immortal. He then ordered the ancestors, having a premonition and requesting them to take care of themselves. They left the cave where Zhang Zan was located and returned to the ancestral hall of their lineage. Many elders were present, curious about the ancestors' return and inquiring about the situation. The ancestor remained silent and shook his head, unable to resist Sudaring's refusal to withdraw from the marriage and marry the goddess of the wasteland. The elders all looked in unison. They knew that the Nanggong family's daughter had long been considered useless. Ali Peter, the mysterious great elder of the upper desolate heavenly god sect, had a slightly troubled expression on his face. If Zhang Xuanruo truly refused the marriage, it would definitely offend the Era heavenly god sect. This could not withstand the wrath of the Arashi god sect. For a while, the entire Zhang family was engulfed in turmoil. Tens of thousands of clans directed puzzled gazes toward the cave where Zhang Zan was located. On the other side, Zhang Minghao, one of the 4 elders of the Zhang family, received the message and looked at Zhang Zan with a heart full of doubts. This Zhang Shui possesses the power of wind, not weaker than his own immortality. The ancient religion of the Zhang family stands majestically on a Shenzhou, governing the lives and deaths of billions. This generation's Arashi goddess is even more extraordinary, a rare Xuanian holy product in 10,000 years. Her talent is so high that it rivals the original god lord of the desolate heavenly god sect. Yet, she humbled herself and took the initiative to propose to Zhang Jiashihao. But Zhang Zan actually refused without hesitation. At that moment, Zhang Minghao seemed to have a realization. He said to Lao Fan, Elder Chao Zhu, send a message to the desolate heavenly god sect. I, Zhang Minghao, am on the same side as the desolate heavenly goddess sect. If there is an opportunity, we should communicate with the desolate goddess more. The ancient literary saying's eyes brightened. The rejection of the barren heavenly god sect by Zhang Zan's lineage did not sit well with them. There was no joy on their faces. If they were to go, they might be ridiculed by countless forces in the Xuantian realm. However, if they declined, both Zhang Minghao and Zhang Zan, as the 4 statues of the Zhang family, possessed talent, strength, and background, no matter the path they chose. They were not inferior to Zhang Xuandu. Meanwhile, in the cave where Zhang Zan resided, the surging power of his bloodline shook the heavens and the earth. Countless mysterious rules power slowly poured into Zhang Zan's body. Although the 4 statues of the Zhang family had always held the upper hand, it was said that Zhang Minghao had recently gained numerous opportunities and his cultivation seemed to surpass Zhang Zan's. However, with the improvement of his bloodline, Zhang Zan's confidence remained unwavering. He could easily surpass him. The concentration of his blood continued to increase, reaching 80% after 3 days. The bloodline metamorphosis would allow him to inherit the 7-star treasures from the ancestral stars. Looking at the prompts, Zhang Zan couldn't help but sigh. Goldfinger was truly a remarkable thing. But then he thought about the plan to withdraw from the marriage, and a hint of distress crept in. His fiancée, who lived in a remote town, was undoubtedly the destined heroine. If he were to withdraw from the marriage, he would become a minor villain in no time. No, he couldn't just sit and watch. He had to impress his fiancée. Zhang Zan took out rice paper and filled it with words of concern, solemnly promising to fully respect each other. If the other party did not intend to dissolve the marriage contract, he wouldn't give up. Soon, a strong man from the Zhang family, honored by Emperor Zan, walked in and knelt to bow. I have seen Zhang Zan Xiaojun. Zhang Zan closed the envelope with his own hands and, at the same time, retrieved a storage ring containing most of his recent collection. He handed it to the powerful man. Keep this away from each other. Zhang Zan instructed the man with a serious expression. Personally deliver this letter to Nangang Mingyue as soon as possible. Don't delay. The powerhouse from the Zhang family nodded solemnly, turned around, and left the cave. He summoned the immortal crane, also in the Rong Dao realm, and Cheng Xianhe hurried to the scene. The Nangang family resided on the outskirts of the East God region. Ding! You broke the setting again. Gift to the protagonist of destiny. Create a future for the growth of Nangang Ming. Each month, her perception will improve, and you will receive rewards, possibly even doubling them. Zhang Zan's eyes lit up. The other party could improve herself to correspondingly enhance her abilities. After all, she was the destined heroine. I'm not lacking in stuff, Zhang Zan recalled, suddenly feeling a bit regretful. Meanwhile, in the Xuanxin realm's West Shenzhou, a vast immortal mountain pierced through the clouds. Xiao Xiaojiang's family is going too far, said the desolate god lord from the peak of the immortal mountain, situated above the Takasaku-era heavenly temple. When he learned that Zhang Zan had refused the marriage, there was a thunderous uproar. Lang Shenga stated that he would go to the Zhang family tomorrow to inquire about Zhang Zan shower. My Tenjin girlfriend is not worthy of him at all. The god sect was a group of talented powerhouses, with Luming Tianjun, a killing god, residing in their hearts. They were a first-class force that did not show respect to him as the desolate god. Luming Tianjun was called out of seclusion and executed tens of thousands of their people. The 3 great venerables of the Taoist system, including the ancestor Jing, all fell. The main deer, Ming Tianjun, was dispatched. It seemed that he was truly angered. But Zhang Jianako dared to refuse the marriage, which infuriated everyone. In the Tian Ying practice, it was normal for people to be weak and unrighteous. Giving up the creation of heaven for the sake of a fleeting moment was unheard of, unless Zhang Zan from the Zhang family was a fool. Obviously, he did not regard him highly. The goddess, Luo Xinglan, emerged and tried to dissuade Lian Ying, as that was what she desired. Since Zhang Zan didn't complain, the Baron God Lord decided to let the matter rest. He acknowledged that it was difficult to force others, even though he believed that Zhang Zan was acting arrogantly and wasn't a suitable match. He wondered why the goddess still spoke to him. The Baron God Lord looked at Luo Xinglan with puzzlement, while Luo Xinglan felt somewhat helpless. He understood that this incident damaged the reputation of the Era Heavenly God sect, but he couldn't see Zhang Zan as an evil person. In fact, Luo Xinglan was a reincarnated individual. In his previous life, he was the supreme figure of the Xuanying holy body and had led the desolate heavenly god sect to the pinnacle of the Xuanxin realm. However, in 100 years, the desolate god sect suffered a catastrophe, and strong enemies took advantage of their vulnerabilities, resulting in the collapse of the once mighty desolate god sect. Even Luo Xinglan died in that battle. In this life, to prevent the same outcome, he constantly searched for a solution, but his soul was damaged, and his memories were forcibly sealed, leaving him with only sporadic recollections of later generations. Among those memories, Zhang Zan from the Zhang family left the strongest impression. If Zhang Zan was considered an invincible Tianzhao, then Zhang Zan was the powerhouse who could suppress the entire Xuanxin realm with a single hand. Even before he broke through to become a true god, Zhang Zan had already shattered the order of the Xuanxin realm and soared away, pursuing a higher path of fate. That's why Luo Xinglan sought Zhang Zan's assistance, to help the era god survive the impending future catastrophe. Xuanji Falling Star Blue looked at the Lord of the Desolate Heavenly God and worshipped him, acknowledging that it was her own willfulness that caused the misunderstanding. Without knowing the other party's true identity, she insisted on marriage, which brought shame to her god. The barren god lord gazed at her with a faint look. Since you've explained everything, then let it be. This matter will be put aside for now. We won't mention it again. At that moment, the black-robed elder remembered something and respectfully approached the god lord of the Zhang family. Along with delivering the news, Elder Wei extended an invitation to Zhang Minghao, one of the 4 prominent figures in their lineage, to have a conversation with the goddess. Hearing this, everyone's expressions changed. They were not fools. Zhang Minghao was involved in a goddess's marriage, so it wasn't impossible. After all, Zhang Minghao's talent was not inferior to Zhang Shui's. The Baron Godlord also focused his attention on Luo Xinglan. He wanted to know who Zhang Minghao was, as he had no memories of Zhang Minghao from his past life. It was evident that Zhang Minghao was just an ordinary Tianzhao. He also wanted to talk to him. Luo Xinglan's face turned cold, and she muttered that he didn't deserve it. This statement puzzled everyone. If Zhang Minghao wasn't worthy, then why did she agree to be with Zhang Zan in the first place? There seemed to be no difference between them. They left the main hall, and Luo Xinglan sat in the immortal spirit stone domain for a while. Since Lian Ying's approach had failed, she needed to take the initiative to befriend Zhang Zan and follow him. She snorted viciously, realizing that Zhang Zan was truly determined. Despite having broken meridians, he refused to give up. Meanwhile, Luoxing Blue Demon was filled with deep doubts. The name Nangong Mingyue gave him a familiar feeling. Could it be that Nangong Mingyue was also a strong person in a previous life? A person with forbidden meridians, considered a waste, shouldn't have such an effect. In the border area of Dongshan-zhou, it had been a month since Nangong Mingyue fell from grace. The strong man from Yushan Mansion came to inquire about Mingyu's injuries, but Jian Qi's recovery showed no signs of progress. He left with a cold face, taking his Yushan Mansion disciple with him. The entire family speculated that the Zhang family might soon return and withdraw from the marriage. After all, Zhang Zan was the most outstanding Tianzhao of the immortal family. How could he tolerate being associated with someone who was unable to cultivate? Nangong Mingyue calmly approached the powerful member of the Zhang family. As a young girl, she had mentally prepared herself for the Zhang family's withdrawal from the marriage, which was forced upon her by her parents. She saw the opportunity to withdraw as a relief, even though it felt somewhat humiliating. The powerful member of the Zhang family gave her a deep look, harboring doubts but choosing not to say much. He directly handed over the letter and storage ring to Nangong Mingyue. He had also heard about Zhang Zan Xiaojun's refusal to withdraw from the marriage, but it was not within his authority to intervene. Nangong Mingyue remained calm and didn't show any intention of opening the letter. She assured the powerful member that there was no need to be angry, as she believed that once she regained her supreme physique, her status would rise. She mentioned that the moon fairy in the ring had passed on valuable information. While the Zhang family had a long heritage as an immortal family, there were opportunities for them to overcome the shame of their current situation through great achievements. However, as Nangong Mingyue attracted attention, some of the young disciples from the Zhang family couldn't help but gaze greedily at the storage ring she held. They saw it as compensation for the Zhang family's withdrawal from the marriage and a source of precious cultivation resources. Nangong Qingfeng, a disciple with a crab-like demeanor, emerged and snatched the letter and storage ring from Nangong Mingyu's hand. He sneered at her, calling her a waste and suggesting that the cultivation resources would be better utilized by contributing to the family. Nangong Mingyu's face turned cold, and she sternly replied that it was not his place to intervene. However, Nangong Qingfeng only took the letter and revealed a mocking smile towards his cousin, suggesting that she read Zhang Zan Xiaojun's letter herself and face her own repulsion. As Nangong Qingfeng tore open the letter, a rush of spiritual energy emanated from it, and Zhang Zan's concerned voice resounded. The contents of the letter confirmed their marriage contract and his promise to personally assist Nangong Mingyue in her cultivation. The audience fell silent. Nangong Qingfeng, who had collapsed on the ground, realized that the Zhang family had not withdrawn from the marriage. Nangong Mingyue was still considered Zhang Zan Xiaojun's fiancé. His actions were no longer seen as suicidal. The Zhaoyue fairy remained silent for a moment, contemplating the deceitful nature of the spiritual world. Despite the weight of the city, there were still people dreaming of such an opportunity. She urged Nangong Mingyue to see what cultivation resources were in the storage ring, hoping to find one or two valuable items. If she could obtain them, Nangong Mingyue could make a breakthrough within 3 months. Nangong Mingyue nodded and proceeded to explore the contents of the storage ring. She discovered items such as Tai Bai Qinglian, which had a calming effect on the mind and assisted in cultivation, and the off-the-fire grass, containing valuable fire-related rules. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Nangong Mingyue felt a warm current surge through her. Despite being considered a waste, Zhang Zan, her unknown fiancé, not only didn't despise her but was also willing to help her. The Qiaoyue fairy sensed the presence of Wang Yao within the storage ring, leaving her shocked. Were there really such powerful individuals in the spiritual world? With her cultivation restored, Nangong Mingyue had absolute confidence. The powerful member of the Zhang family heard Zhang Zan Xiaojun's words and was intrigued, releasing a hint of his own realm's micro-rhetoric. He inclined his head, expressing his agreement. Nangong Mingyu's status as Zan Xiaojun's fiancé was established. Those who dared to disrespect her would be disrespectful to the Zhang family as well. The powerful member of the Zhang family couldn't help but slash the air, creating a thunderous explosion that reverberated throughout the city. The sound startled countless individuals, causing their bodies to tremble. No one expected Zhang Zan Xiaojun to genuinely marry Nangong Mingyue, a person considered a waste. Simultaneously, in a mansion elsewhere, upon hearing the resounding warning from the powerful member of the Zhang family, the lord of Yushan Mansion's face changed drastically. The Zhang family had not withdrawn from the marriage, which posed a significant problem. A month ago, Yushan Mansion had revoked Nangong Mingyu's disciple status, intending to demonstrate to the Zhang family that they would face the endless retaliation of the immortal family's tomb. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the lord of Yushan Mansion immediately transmitted the list to the Great Elder, instructing him to reinstate Nangong Mingyu's inner disciple identity without any mistakes. Once the Great Elder received the news, he summoned the exotic beast, Jade Mountain Eagle, and set off towards Nangong's house.